Good morning, everybody. It's been a little while since I've had a video up. Holidays, that's what I'm going to blame it on this time. Sorry. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas and got everything that you wanted. I hope everybody got a new snake. I didn't, but I've got enough. Anyway, this video today is going to be pretty quick. We're going to talk about something very trivial that maybe some of you will not put a lot of thought into, and judging from some of the comments on Facebook, I just felt the need that we needed to do this video. But we're going to talk about water bowls today. Something very trivial, something very elementary, but I don't know if people are just not thinking or overthinking or what they're doing, but there is a lot of importance with a significant water bowl or water tub or whatever. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get started by saying, as you can see, pretty much everybody likes their water bowls. All right. So the importance of having one big enough for the snake to get into, there are a lot of factors that you need to think about. One, most people just think of it as it's a water bowl. It's something I got to change out every day and give them fresh water. Yeah, but there's also the factor of the ability to make sure that a mite infestation is not there. And when you change out the water, you see the little black specks in the water. That might be an indication that you have a mite issue and need to go ahead and take care of it before it gets out of hand. Also, most of you know retics love to lay in water. It is a very good way for them to self-regulate. It also, if they start going in the shed, they're basically going to stay in water if given the opportunity, which assists in their shedding. For the most part, just about every one of mine will shed in one piece. I do have a few that it's broken, or I have to assist them in getting them to soak a little bit. But that was prior to putting all of these big bowls or tubs in. So by doing all the big tubs, it has helped me in getting a whole bunch of one-piece sheds. So it's a really good idea to have a tub or a bowl big enough to where the entire snake can get into it, sit in the water without having the water overspill into the aquarium or into the enclosure. Aquarium. Wow. Quite a while ago. But, and it's not something that needs to be, you don't have to overthink about it. This guy right here, my golden child tiger, he's got a fairly good size. And again, sorry about the mess. It's cleaning day. This is the day I come in and clean everything. So some of them don't look all that good. But the tub is big enough for him to get into. The water level is, one, enough water in there where he cannot tip over the tub. It's big enough, it's stable to where he's not going to tip it over and get a whole bunch of water in your enclosure, which leads to a whole bunch of paper towels or vacuum cleaner use, and it's just a pain in the ass. So, water level is good enough for him to get into, get covered up. You want the water to just barely get over the back of the snake, and which I've got some that are a little higher. They do fine, but he is usually in that water a lot, but now being self-regulating animal, he's under the heat. All right, now the other benefit to having tubs big enough where they can get into, a lot of them choose to defecate in their water. A lot of us think, oh, that's nasty. But for those of us that have a ton of enclosures to clean, that is a blessing. If they crap in their water, it's that much easier to clean out and take care of things. Just lay down some new newspaper and everything goes very well. So that's the other benefit. Now, speaking on which tubs to get, I like the Sterilites. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. I don't know the quart size. Let's see, it's a 32 liter or 24 gallon. That doesn't sound right. No, 34 quart. There, I got it. I had to let my eyes adjust. 34 quart Sterilite works for your bigger snakes. The water level is about 2.5, 3 inches. That allows them to get in, get covered up, and not spill the water, which assists in mite detection, it assists in shed, and it assists in the cleaning process when they choose to defecate in their water. Now, a lot of us have seen all of the options that we have for water bowls. We have the small rocks, we have these little things here, which are kind of cool. I used to use dog bowls. Now, the problem with these, when you have a small enough snake, or even one his size, they like to get under this right here. So when they go under there and they try to squeeze around, bloop, over goes the bowl, and you have a mess. So I stopped using those. Basically just went all to Sterilite tubs. Again, making sure that the water level is high enough to where they can't tip it over and get in there and not spill the water. Very crucial. And it is a very effective way to have a healthy snake. You're not going to have stuck shed. You're going to have mites being taken care of. That is the other benefit for them being able to soak in water. They will drown out the mites. But the biggest thing is it allows you to detect the mite issue and get it taken care of before it gets out of control. Now, the other option we have for the bigger snakes is the concrete mixing tubs that you can pick up at Lowe's. I think this one was, I think $5 or $6. I mean, it's super cheap, guys. So for your bigger snakes, this is Perseus, my retired breeder. He is a platinum. And as a retired breeder, you can see that the little stupid idiot likes to rub and swell his lips up. Anyway, super nice snake. Now, she will be getting her tub probably this weekend. I'm going to go ahead and get her the concrete mixing tub as well. But she likes to stay in her water too. Great for sheds. Just about all of mine give me a one-piece shed. So it's awesome. It's almost mandatory. Not a whole lot of thought needs to go into it. So, when trying to decide on which water tub to use, make sure it's big enough for them to get into. Make sure that the water level just goes right above their back. Again, I've got some that the water's a little bit higher, but they tend to tip over the water bowl a lot. So I put a little bit more water in there and makes it harder for them to tip over. If they ever tip it over, one, it's a good thing you can check and make sure your enclosure is sealed up good, because if it isn't, you're going to have water running down the sides of the enclosures, and that's going to create mold, and that's going to create a lot of problems. So make sure your enclosures are sealed properly. That'll be an indication of if you need to seal it again. Now, for the smaller snakes, I went with the little, the 2-quart tubs. And that one fits in it fine. It doesn't tip over. The bigger snakes, you got the 15-quart. Again, just enough to get over the back. He pretty much lives in that thing. He's just now coming out. So, when you clean out these bowls, a lot of people, they'll just fry somebody on Facebook for not changing out their water every single day. Yeah, that's overkill. That is putting so much chlorine into their system. Again, I don't like introducing them to any kind of chemical. If you're on town water, you got a high chlorine content. I've never had the issue of using tap water, but I let my water in there for about 5 days and then change it out. So the chlorine's not a constant issue inside the enclosure. If you want to take a guess at it, fill a tub up with water with a towel over it and give it about 5 minutes, and then open the towel and put your head in there and see if you smell chlorine. It's really stout in a lot of areas. So just want to make sure that's something that you consider. If you do have a very high chlorine count on your water, it's really good to go ahead and fill the tub, let it sit overnight, and then go ahead and put it in. All the chlorine will have evaporated out of the water and you won't have an issue anyway. But then you have people say, oh, you don't give them fresh water? Somebody's going to bitch and gripe and moan about everything that you do. So it doesn't matter. Do with what works for you. Okay, so that is my trivial video on water bowls. And I've got a super idea coming up for the next video. I will actually have an assistant for it, and I'm very excited about that. And it's going to be a great topic, one that each and every one of us need to hear. I'm not going to tell you anything else. You'll just have to wait. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and be sure to stay tuned because it's going to be a really cool one. Hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Have a very safe, happy, profitable new year. Don't drink and drive, guys. Your snakes need you. I mean, you think about it. You go out, get drunk, drive home, kill yourself or kill somebody. Not good in that way, but then your snakes don't have anybody. For all you guys watching, you go out and do that. What do you think your wife's going to do with the snakes? They're going to give them away to just about anybody that will come and get them. Who knows what's going to happen to them then? Don't drink and drive. That makes me mad. All right, that's my did you know part of the video, and knowledge is power. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you soon on a next really super cool video. Thanks for watching.